Hi, everybody. Hey, we're going to be editing today. Although I don't see audio coming out of here. Let's see. What up, Arkin? What up, Arkin? How's it going? Hi, everybody. Hello. Stupid thorn symbol. Hey, Sierra. Yeah, been a while since I've streamed. Here I am. We're going to be trying to do this new video. If I can finish doing this coverage today, fingers crossed, I'll play a little bit of a VR game. It's not a horror game, so I don't know how much you guys will care about it, but it's what I've been fucking obsessed with, called Subnautica. You can play it also not for VR, just regular, but I like to play it VR. I'll play that later tonight if I can finish this work. So you can watch that if you want. Sorry, it's not a horror game, but that's the game I'm going to play because that's what I've been obsessed with. I've actually been a little too obsessed with it, and it's been keeping me from doing the work I need to do. I should have been done with this days ago, but I've just been playing that fucking game, dude. Yeah. Oh, cool. Sincere Ross official. I'll be going to Halloween Horror Nights tomorrow. So if anyone's going tomorrow, you can find me, Chelsea, and our friends Soundproof Liz and James Hall will be there tomorrow. So I'm drinking Mountain Dew. I bought it on a whim the other day, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's why it's entirely. Oh God, Mountain Dew is 100% green screen color. Oh man, that's great. I love it. That's hilarious. Yeah, I like Mountain Dew, man. I'm sorry. Whatever. Right off the bat, we get a different title card. Okay, so this is my first time I'm fucking with this. As you can see, I made graphical overlays for this. But you're gonna sit there and watch me figure this one out, figure this video out. All right, if you want to watch me figure this shit out, you can. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So let's make this cut. I don't know, fucking forest colored, I guess. So this is the producer's cut. Will be forest colored. Cool. All right. So here's my idea. Let's see if this works. Right off the bat, we get a different title card in the Okay. So this is talking about the title card. Let's fucking find that. This is gonna be a difficult thing, dude. Fucking Halloween 6. So bad. Okay, so this is theatrical cut. This is gonna take forever. This is gonna take forever, dude. Let's put it in this little box. That's not actually a good way to do it with the black screens. Let's just find like a bright scene. Yeah, find a bright scene in a horror movie. That's good. There we go. Okay. So let's just drop this in here just for the sizing. Just gotta do this once. Sorry if I'm not paying as much attention to the chat as I usually do. I'm just, you know, this is gonna be a thing, trying to get this done. So, hey, thanks, Just a Kid. What? If unbanning people is very difficult actually, so email me with your username and I'll look into it. Okay? I can't do it right now, but also like say why. Say like why you got banned and like why you want to be unbanned. Let's see. 75%. I'm just trying to fit this into this little graphic thing that I have. Yeah, earlier today I got to interview Eli Roth, which is cool, man. That guy, wow, he makes me feel like an idiot when it comes to horror movies. That guy knows his shit, dude. Like, I could not keep up. Thanks, Breaching Owl. Yeah. Oh, wow, 1,700 people. What are you doing in here? I'm just editing a video, y'all. I ain't making magic. JT Forrest, thanks. I've never seen that. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I know that's like a classic. Okay, so that looks pretty fitted, right? Kinda. What if we make it like 48%? Nope, that's too big. Thanks, Killer Queen. 47. Ooh, that looks nice and good. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to do that. Cool. But of course, apply this to the clip I actually want. And then, let's see. I'll just duplicate this clip, slide it over, and we're going to try to get the equivalent. Okay, so that's going to be... Okay, cool. I have the beta YouTube channel. Thanks, Josephina. I love that pre-development YouTube channel I have. Just kidding. I know you meant to say best. I hope you meant to say best. Unless you call me a beta cook. What is the curse cut comparison? It's a video comparing the cuts of Curse of Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers, Curse of bullshit. Okay, so this is the clip I want. This is the clip's effects that I want. Click that there, boom, and then click that there, boom, and we should have liftoff. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. This is my first time looking at this overlay with some video. Thanks, Deadlight63. Thanks for the super chat. Just a kid. Hey. Yeah, dude, I will. I'm filming Monday, I think. I don't film as often now since I'm getting ahead. I can film a bunch at once and then not have to film for a while, so that's why. Right off the bat, we get a different title card in the produce. Nice. I like this. Oh, shit. Thanks, Trevor Asher. Thank you so much. Yeah, thing. Producer's cut with this one featuring the number 6 as well as the stupid Thor. As well as the stupid thorn symbol, reflecting its greater significance and prominence in this version of the movie. There's another additional okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Do you guys like this? Right off the bat, we get a different title card in the producer's cut with this one featuring the number 6 as well as the stupid thorn symbol, reflecting its greater significance and prominence in this version of the movie. There's another additional title that plants this movie in a specific... This fucking movie. Really? That sucks. Fuck. Our fucking dryer don't work very well. Okay, this is gonna take forever. There's another additional title that plants this movie in a specific year for any time-traveling viewers, and the opening credits have a different font to them. Oh, cool. Although I like how this is looking. I like how it's looking. There's another additional title that plants this movie in a specific. Does this? Just a kid. Thanks. Yeah, do that for sure. There's another additional title that plants this movie in a specific year for any time traveling viewers, and the opening viewers. Oh man, this video is gonna take so much work. Oh no, this is gonna be a lot of fucking work, dude. And the opening credits have a different font to them. Oh, fuck me, this is gonna be so much work. Hi Jeff. Hi Andy. Hi Decran. Oh no. This is a big boy amount of work, man. Oh, fuck me. Is this shot even in the other version? Oh, this is gonna be editing 2 fucking movies at once. Fuck. Where are these credits? Oh no. This is a goddamn mess. Thanks, David. David Jones, great name. Where the fuck are these opening credits? What the shit? Whew. Oh boy. Oh man.
For years he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium.
Hey, Sierra, it's funny because that comment could also apply to me. Max Parker 169MP, thank you for the super chat. You can find the answer to that in my video where I answer questions from users. Thanks. Viewers, and the opening credits have a different font to them. Oh, also, gone is the... Fuck me, son of a bitch. The Steven. Oh, also. There's another additional title that plants this movie in a specific year for any time traveling viewers, and the opening credits have a different... I bit off more than I can chew with this piece of shit. See, this is the problem. This is like a lot of work because it's a brand new series, so it's not as easy and like plug and play as a kill count editing, which I'm really used to. And because it's more work, I've been putting it off and just playing fucking Subnautica, which is all I want to fucking do right now. But I can't. I have to get this work done. And the opening credits have a different... Oh, but this is so much work. As you will hear me say countless times during this stream, I'm sure. So if you don't want to hear that over and over, you can just leave. And the opening credits have a different font to them. Oh, also, gone is the Steven from Paul Rudd's name. Oh, also, gone is the Steven from Paul Rudd's name. If you like the What's Your Favorite Scary Movie series and you're wondering where it went,
And the opening credits.
I stopped doing them. Just I ran out of time to make them. But if you liked me interviewing someone about their favorite movies and stuff, don't worry. There's gonna be a series on Crypt TV that I'm hosting that has exactly that. That's why earlier today I interviewed Eli Roth. You can see pictures of it on my social medias. That'll be on Crypt TV later this month, and I'll be interviewing other people too. They're getting me guests, but Eli Roth will be my first. I don't want to be rude, but you make too many love streams. Ain't no such thing as too many love streams. If you're talking about live streams, though, no one's making you watch them, dude. So you can just leave. That's cool. Yeah, I interviewed Eli Roth. It was cool, man. That dude fucking knows his shit about horror movies. It is, yeah. It is crazy. He's like a bottomless well of knowledge. Thanks, Cameron.
His name. Maybe you should have compromised and gone as Paul S. Rudd, dude. Middle initials are dope. The scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same.
Oh, fuck. Every time I get to a different cut, it's going to be, this is so much work. Don't ask for shout-outs. Don't ask for shout-outs. Your life is meaningful without them.
Years he was locked up.
Thanks, Zero Wilson 1. I love that the fucking dad's name, the actor's name who plays the dad, is Bradford English. That sounds so fucking fake. Oh my god, this is... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be so annoying with that. Just repeating that shit. But this is always so much work.
Maybe you should have compromised and gone as...
Oh, man. Hopefully people like this shit, though. This is going to have to get a lot of views for me to want to do this all the time. That's for goddamn sure. Dude, yeah, we talked about Pieces, Christian. That's why we, that was the movie we discussed, was Pieces, which is a very sleazy slasher. It's Spanish, not Italian, but poorly dubbed, so, you know, it's got that going for
The
it.
scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black.
Oh,
I
man.
hate the inclusion of the...
Oh, boy. Oh,
Mostly the
boy.
same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few...
Oh, no. Wait, do I have this wrong? Oh, no. Do I have this wrong? Oops. No, that's the producer's cut. What? Weird. Thanks, Jack Muller. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Is this producer's cut? Fuck me. The Rob Zombie remakes won't be next week. What? Next week is this one. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's come up on... I guess. this shot, I guess. Okay.
Few extra shots of the man in black. I hate.
Fuck.
The inclusion of the character in part 5.
Shit, these fucking cuts are so fucking different,
If you're gonna
dude.
have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. It makes
Oh,
sense
man.
to me. The opening credits of both.
Thanks, Carson Landry.
Few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. It makes sense to me. The opening credits of both films. Few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part.
Okay, here's what I can do, I guess.
The scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man.
What if I do this?
The scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but this whole thing.
Oh, man. I'm running into a problem here because the amount of footage to show, it's going to take a long time to show it, and I don't want to just sit there and talk. Fuck. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Oh, fuck me.
So both films feature a cast member telling
Okay. Past me, just shut up for a second.
delves into this whole thing. Might as well.
I need to just watch this footage, I guess. So that's the theatrical cut. Also, those shots. Let's see, producers cut. I'm lost, yeah, for sure. I'm fucking lost, dude. Thanks, dude. Hi. And thanks. Oh, wow, Raccoon. Jesus. Thanks, Raccoon. Dude, I'm sorry. I appreciate the super chat, dude. Hi. I'm so mad at how many comments there are being like, Fallen Kingdom's out on Blu-ray. Where is it? Where's our kill count? It's out on Blu-ray. You said you would do it when it's out on Blu-ray. I didn't mean right away, man. I didn't mean right away. Thank you, Chris. Please don't use super chats for kill count requests, please. No problem, dude. I certainly do remember you, Raccoon. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. Thank you. Let's see what this
The
is.
scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots.
Thanks, Machete Gaming.
Of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. 5, but inclusion of the character in part
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Thanks, the law. All right, how's this look?
The scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots.
What was that? What was that?
The same, except in the producer's cut, baby is mostly the same.
This is dumb. This is dumb.
The scene with Jamie giving
Thanks,
birth to her
Mr.
little
Moop Doop.
bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but
Wait, what?
we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the
Fuck.
inclusion of the character in part
Undertaker boots?
of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole
Okay, let's see what this looks like.
the same, except in the producer's cut, we've the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have the inclusion of the character in part 5.
Oh, thank you, Lou Morales. Yeah, I went out there just for that shot. Definitely worth it. A lot of people seem to appreciate it, so I'm happy about that.
Except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. Might as well feature more of it. It makes sense to me. The opening credits of both in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. A movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. It makes sense to me.
Okay, cool. Let's cool. That was about 15 seconds.
The scene with Jamie giving birth to her little bastard baby is mostly the same, except in the producer's cut, we've got a few extra shots of the man in black. I hate the inclusion of the character in part 5, but if you're gonna have a movie that delves into this whole thing, might as well feature more of it. It makes sense to me. The opening credits of both films feature a cast member telling us Michael's backstory, but in
Holy shit. Okay, onward. Screaming for games to play. Did you watch the video with Hollowed Grounds or whatever the series is called with Sean Clark? Is that what you saw? Because I saw some of those videos and it was great. Those are great. I love it.
When Michael
This is dumb. This is so much more work than I thought it would be.
the opening credits of both films feature a cast member telling us Michael's backstory, but in the theatrical cut, it's Paul Rudd, while the producer's cut gives us good old Looney Loomis. The script for each narration is also a bit different, with Loomis's
For years he was locked up, locked away in Smith Grove Sanatorium.
For years he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium, but he escaped.
Locked away in Smith Grove Sanatorium. But he escaped.
the producer's credits of both films feature a cast member telling us Michael's backstory, but in the theatrical cut, it's Paul Rudd. In the theatrical cut, it's Paul Rudd,
For years he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium.
while the producer.
Oh man, holy shit.
Theatrical cut, it's Paul Rudd.
For years he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium, but he escaped.
And then I have a different little graphic for this. Where is it?
Cut, it's Paul Rudd,
For years he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium, but he escaped.
while the producer's cut gives us good old Looney Loomis.
Again, sorry I'm not interacting as much today. This is a crazy amount of work that I didn't really anticipate, but you can see me, you know, figuring this new video format out. You don't always get to do that. That's a rarity. That's a rarity, right? That's fun. That's cool. And if you're good and patient, you'll get to watch me play a single-player game that has nothing to do with horror, where I won't be able to interact with you at all while I play it. That'll be a fun treat, right?
Story, but in the theatrical cut, it's Paul Rudd.
For years he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium, but he escaped.
While the producer's cut gives us good old Looney Loomis.
When Michael Myers was 6 years old, he stabbed his sister to death. For years, For years, he was
I love how much longer it takes Loomis to say the same thing. Dude's acting, you know? It's fine. All right, let's see what this looks like.
backstory, but in the theatrical cut, it's Paul Rudd.
For years, he was locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium, but he escaped.
While the producer's cut gives us good old Looney Loomis.
For years, he was locked up, locked away in Smith Grove Sanatorium. But he escaped.
The script for each narration.
Dude, Subnautica is fucking terrifying. It is terrifying. Pardon me, got the Mountain Dew burps, but thank you, Jackson Buzek. Yeah, it is fucking terrifying. So, you know, it's not a horror game, but it's fucking horrifying sometimes, so you'll get to see that shit. Also, my mic is getting all, or my webcam's getting all wonky. I wish this fucking green screen effect in OBS was better. How's this? Do, 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 do. Please stop saying notice me. Y'all are better than that. Please let me believe that y'all are better than that.
Cut, it's Paul Rudd.
Okay, let's move on.
But he escaped.
The script for each narration is also a bit different, with Loomis's.
What up, Daniel Stark? Daniel Stark! This is so much fucking work. This is so much fucking work. This is so much fucking work.
Cut gives us good old Looney Loomis.
For years, he was locked up.
Wow, this is not the amount of work I expected. Someone do a supercut of me saying this is a lot of work. I dare ya. Hey, you guys want a challenge? Make it count of all the times I say this is a lot of work.
Locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium, but he escaped.
While the producer's cut gives us good old Looney Loomis.
For years, he was locked up.
The script for each narration is all.
Wait, what? Oh.
For years, he locked up in Smith's Grove Sanitarium.
Give me that associate producer guy. Thanks, Tony Salgado. I would say I remember Saw 3D being being very difficult for me to edit.
9-year-old need.
Wow, can you guys believe how much work this is?
The script for each narration is also a bit different, with Loomis's focusing more on the family element of Michael's murder sprees. Then we get a flashback to the end of part 5.
And suddenly, Halloween was another word. Mayhem. He needed to wipe out his entire family.
Glad I have to sit with this movie for that much longer. This fucking flashback. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Whatever. I saw people asking what version is better. Well, I say that's kind of the whole point of this cut comparison video. I tell you what I think is better at the end. But I'll give you a little spoiler alert. The producer's cut is better for story. So if you want that, check out the producer's cut. The theatrical cut has more gore. So if you want that, check out the theatrical cut. Just depends on what you want, man. Just depends on what you want. You know?
Smith's Grove
Murder sprees. Then we get a flashback to the end of part 5 with a crazy voice added into the mix. We see
Jamie.
Jamie, come to me.
Jamie, come to me. Boop 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 doop 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 boop boop doop 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 boop.
Jamie, come to me.
We see Michael being taken away.
Jamie. Jamie. Jamie, come to me.
We s-
Come to me.
We see Michael being. We see Michael being taken away in a van, and, like, it's pretty weird to watch the personification of evil getting kidnapped like he's Liam Neeson's daughter. Jamie's. We see Michael being taken away in a van, and, like, it's pretty weird to watch the.
Fuck. There's not enough footage to talk about to make that joke.
The personification of evil.
Thanks,
getting
Jackson
kidnapped like
Buzek.
he's Liam Neeson's daughter.
You were in
Jamie's
Halloween
likewise
4. Did you play Brady?
abducted, and then we see the big explosion that let everyone. We see Michael being taken away in a van, and, like, it's pretty weird to watch the personification of evil getting kidnapped like he's Liam Neeson's daughter. Jamie's likewise abducted, and then we see the big explosion that let everyone believing Michael and Jamie have been dead the past however many years. Jamie's escape from.
Boom. That kind of worked out footage-wise.
Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair includes an extra shot that shows Michael beginning his.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's gonna take so long. Cannot even believe it. Jamie. Jamie. Jamie behind you, Jamie. Jamie behind you. Oh, Jamie, look behind you.
Live.
Behind you, Jamie.
Years ago.
Thanks, Ender
Jamie's
Pearl.
escape from the
Son of a bitch. Hit the wrong button.
It's out there. Me. Just me. It's just me.
Come with me if you want your baby to live. Do a little boom there. Do a little boom there. All right, let's see what happens here.
Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair includes an extra shot that.
Do 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 do.
that shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, the classic theme is used as opposed to.
Oh, fuck me.
That shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned, Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair includes an extra shot that shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, the classic theme is.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Music, which is.
Because I say, like... Fuck, man. To show the difference between the cuts, you need more time to show the differences. And there's not enough time when the line is, it includes an extra shot of Michael starting the chase. Like, that's not a long time to show the difference is. I don't know if it's gonna work, man. I'll try it, but fuck.
That shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, the classic theme is used as opposed to the theatrical cut's music, which
I guess it'll be a lot more of these solo shots than the comparison shots. So it'll be like, instead of having them side by side, this seems weird.
Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair includes an extra shot that shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, the classic theme is the cult lair. Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair. Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair.
This is crazy. This is so crazy.
Jamie's escape from the Candlely cult lair includes an extra shot that shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, the classic theme is used as opposed to the theatrical cut's music, which is this. Includes an extra shot that shows Michael beginning his chase. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, the classic theme is used as opposed to the theatrical cut's music, which is this.
Daddy's coming.
To the theatrical cut's music, which the intro, the classic theme is used as opposed to the theatrical cut's music, which
Fuck, man.
Come with me if you want it.
music, which is this.
See ya, Mr. Moop Doop.
The classic theme is used as opposed to the theatrical.
So this
cut's
script
music,
will have to
which
get
is
changed.
This. While Nurse Karen's death on the wall spike is the same, the next kill was reshot to be gorier.
Okay. At least I have a little marker for this purpose. That fucking guitar. Bye, Christina.
While Nurse Karen's death on the wall spike is the same, the next kill was reshot to be gorier for the theatrical cut. The producer
These minor little differences, dude. It's so weird.
is the same. The next
Just like frames getting shaved off of shots.
spike is the same. Spike is the same. The next kill was reshot to be gorier for the theatrical cut. The producer's cut doesn't have the
Man, I really want to see the new Predator. I've still not seen it. What? Maybe I can just check out 20th Century Fox's kill count of it. Did you guys see those?
The producer's cut doesn't have the exposed spine and shit. It's just a simple neck snap and stuff. The producer's cut doesn't have the exposed spine and shit. It's just a simple neck snap instead of a full-on head rip. Shit. It's just a simple neck snap.
Hi. Oh no.
It's really good, but I'm just like.
Chelsea's playing the Danganronpa, and she's very invested. She's on the second one now. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, 20th Century Fox on their YouTube channel put out kill counts of the first 3 Predator movies. Yes, they did. The best part is how they blocked my Predator kill count from the world. So that's a lot of fun.
Instead of a full-on head rip. Back in instead of a full-on head rip. Back with spine and shit. It's just a simple neck snap instead of a full-on head rip. Back in Haddonfield, Danny Strode is still seeing images of the man in black, but at least in the producer's cut. Oh, man.
I love that Mountain Dew is the exact shade of green that you need to key stuff out with. Oh, man. What up, Richard? Man, I just want to play Subnautica, and this is not conducive to getting work done. And also, the crazy thing is, fuck me. I started at 3.5 minutes into this timeline. That means there are 3.5 minutes I'm going to have to cover that I don't even know exactly what I'm going to do with. Thanks, Falcon Games. Falcon Games!
Hey everybody, James A. Janice here, and I'm happy to welcome you to the first episode of a brand new Dead Meat series, The Cut Comparison.
Oh yeah, my new managers made a little title card for me, so at least I didn't have to do that work. So let me grab that. Let me download that real fast.
A brand new Dead Meat series, The Cut Comparison. In this series, I'll be comparing different versions of movies that I've already covered on the kill count, because sometimes those differences can make for an entirely new viewing experience. Take, for example, that I've already covered on the kill count, because sometimes those differences can make for an entirely new viewing experience. Take, for example, the subject of today's episode, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Chris is the sixth.
Thanks, little 10 Magara Studio. What do I do when I'm bored? I'm never bored. There's always shit to do, man. There's always shit to do. I never really get bored, though, for real.
The Curse of Michael Myers. Curse is the 6th film of the Halloween.
Thanks, Jackson Buzak. Nope, I will not enable donations on Streamlabs because I never checked that. One time someone donated on Streamlabs and then said that they didn't mean to. And then Streamlabs was like, hey, someone wants their money back. And I was like, okay, they can have their money back. That's fine. And then Streamlabs, like, gave me a $30 fee or some shit. So I was like, well, fuck you then. I don't know exactly how it worked out, but I know that I lost $30 for someone else donating and then wanting it back. So that sucked. And the $30 wasn't their donation. It was like a fee on top of the money I gave them back. So I don't know what the fuck that was all about. Thanks, Batman Fan 27. What's worse for me, Halloween 5 or Freddy's Dead? Halloween 5 probably. Freddy's Dead is at least an entertaining fucking train wreck.
Experience. Take, for example, the subject of today's episode, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Curse is the 6th film of the Halloween franchise, and its production was a goddamn mess. It had been more than 5.
Oh, man. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Damn mess. It had been more than 5 years since the previous Halloween movie came out, and if you'll remember, that one introduced the weird cult shit, but with no explanation. The filmmakers of Part 5 literally explanation.
Thanks, John Hoskins. Isn't that? Oh, no, that's not quite the hospital. I don't think I've seen Funny Games. If I have, it's been way too long for me to be able to comment on it.
But with no explanation. The filmmakers of Part 5 literally left it to whoever made the next one to explain why Michael had a wrist tattoo with a weird symbol on it and who the mysterious man in black was who went around kicking.
Yeah, I know that's Hopkins. That's why I said almost.
That one introduced the weird cult. It had been more than 5 years since the previous Halloween movie came out, and if you'll remember, that one.
Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Gavin Redding. I've already watched it. I like when I see comments on like the Halloween 5 kill count being like, dude, if you think that's bad, just wait till you watch Curse. And I'm like, do you not think I already watched it? Yeah, I watched all the movies in the franchise before I start covering them because I got to be able to, comment on the series as a whole. But I think the Rob Zombie Halloween is fine. I accidentally watched the director's cut, which I didn't appreciate. Didn't appreciate that one bit, but I'll be covering the theatrical cut and then maybe doing this whole thing for the director's cut. We'll fucking see. I'm hoping it will be less work than comparing the cuts of Curse. They can't be. The cuts can't be as different, right? They don't, like, alter the plot, right?
Remember, that one introduced the weird cult shit, but with no explanation. The filmmakers of Part 5 literally left it to whoever made the next one to
Yeah, I hated the second Rob Zombie movie. That fucking white horse shit.
To explain why Michael had.
Well, those Alien movie cuts are pretty different, right? Or at least the third one. The third Alien movie has a pretty pretty significant alternate cut, right? Thanks, Raz8472. That's a lot of work. I don't know if that's feasible right now.
To explain why Michael had a wrist tattoo with a weird symbol on it and symbol on it.
Oh, Yvette, Shameless is my sister's favorite show. She's always trying to get me to watch it, but I'm like, dude, you don't watch Game of Thrones, so maybe do that and we can talk. So we're at like an impasse. She's like, I'll watch Game of Thrones if you watch Shameless, and I'm like, I don't have time to fucking watch Shameless. That's like, what is that on its fucking like 9th season now? I ain't got that fucking time, dude. Thanks, Raz. Where the fuck is this Man in Black bullshit? Thanks, Jackson. No, I'm good on mods. Thanks, though. Yeah, I'm hoping that, like, I'm hoping I can do this kill cut, or this, this cut comparison series, and that Curse will be the most difficult version of that. Like, I'm hoping I can do, you know, this video for other cuts, and it won't be as difficult.
And who the mysterious Man in Black was who went around kicking dogs.
Yeah, I think the new Halloween movie will be cool. I'm excited for it.
And who the mysterious man in Black was who went around kicking dogs and jailbreaking Michael like.
What do you mean, what happened to Saw? I fucking made a kill count on all of them. No.
Dogs and jailbreaking.
Yes, I would only do this for movies I've already covered on the kill count, Christian, because I don't want to have to explain the whole plot in these videos, so I want to be able to be like, watch the kill count for the whole movie, and then watch this movie for just the differences. Or watch this video for just the differences.
Dogs and jailbreaking Michael like he was the latest iPhone. Making things even more difficult was the fact that during the interim, the Halloween series.
So I would do this for Aliens, Alien 3. I don't know if Resurrection has a... Oh, the first Alien also has like a director's cut. I don't know if Resurrection does. But like I wouldn't do it for like how Jason Goes to Hell, the only differences in the director's cut are just like added gore. So that I would just cover on the kill count if it's just added gore. But if it's like entire scenes and stuff added, like Alien, Aliens, I think that would be worth it. Any other movies that I've covered on the kill count that has like a significant alternate cut? Thank you, Jackson. Oh, Resurrection does have a director's cut. Thanks, MS Warrior.
Making things even more difficult was the fact that during...
Well, Samuel Hudon, the Alien 1 only has a couple extra scenes. It doesn't do much to the plot. Great. Then this video wouldn't be difficult, and I would be very excited to do it instead of this, which is fucking killing me.
Making things even more difficult was the fact that during the interim...
Bloop, 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 bloop. Weinsteins. Fucking Weinsteins. They suck so much.
Making things even more difficult was the fact that during the interim, the Halloween series was sold to Dimension Films, the production company.
Does it? Oh, there it is. I hate the structure of like studios, cause what Dimension was owned by Miramax.
Making things even more difficult was the fact that during the interim, the Halloween series was sold to Dimension Films, the
Blum 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 blum. Thanks, Nate. Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry, dude. I'm extremely busy, so I'm sorry I haven't gotten a chance to get back to your email about that. What's like the time frame on that? Does that have to be done super soon or anything? So it's very difficult for me to find the time to like do emails and shit, man. I'm sorry. No, Destroying Legends. I haven't listened to BFG Divisions yet. Isn't there a credit of the Weinsteins?
Yeah. So wild.
Thank you for the super chat, Jacob. Please do not demand things of me like that. I really don't appreciate it. There was the director's credit. Where the fuck is the Weinstein's credit? Fuck me. Man. Writing used to be my least favorite part of making a kill count just because it takes its time. This is by far my least favorite part of the kill count now, is this initial coverage. I kind of like writing now. I wish that I could just sit there and write more scripts. That's a lot more fun than this shit. Fuck. Thanks, William Simmons.
He snapped his death. Yes.
No, is there not a fucking credit for them? Is it maybe in the end credits here? Like, come on. Hi, Katie. Do they not have credits in this? Well, that's fine then. Thanks, Nate. Hey, you don't have to super chat me to tell me, Nate. I was looking for your name. Yeah, I might be able to do it next week.
was sold to Dimension Films, the production company owned by the Weinstein brothers. The Weinsteins had a much more hands-on approach than previous
Thanks, Gavin Redding.
distributors.
Oh,
They
thanks.
put a lot of pressure on director Joe Chappelle to make distributors and put a
gonna have to rephrase the Weinsteins had a more hands-on approach. I don't need people thinking that I'm sitting there making jokes.
Kill count, because some distributors that put a lot of pressure on director Joe's approach than previous. Had a much more hands-on approach than previous distributors and put a lot of pressure.
Oh, there was a writer. Man, I'm so sad that I can't see more movies like Mandy and stuff like that. There's so many movies out that I want to see.
Maybe.
Removing those assault jokes? Wait, what, Katie?
Just maybe. Such.
What assault jokes?
Just maybe.
The fuck do you mean am I going to do Michael Myers in October? What? Have you not been to the channel in the past 5 weeks?
Distributors and put a lot of pressure on director Joe Chappelle to make the movie the way they wanted it, which was basically more gore and less Loomis. And Chappelle was a very Joe Chappelle to make the movie the way they wanted it, which was put a lot of pressure on director Joe Chappelle to make the movie the way they wanted it, which was basically more gore and less Loomis. Since Chappelle was a very new and impressionable director, he ended up acquiescing to what they wanted, and after a test screening of the original cut performed poorly with the mostly teenage audience, they went back and did a bunch of reshoots that resulted in the theatrical cut that was released to the public and which I covered on the Kill Count. You can watch that
Oh, man, I don't know what to fucking cover that kind of stuff with.
Kill count by clicking up here, and you should before you continue on with this video. A lot of people involved in the movie production didn't like what the Weinsteins wanted. They included producer Paul Freeman, who had produced Part 4, Mustafa Akkad, the grandfather of the series and the only person involved with every single film of the franchise up to that point, and writer Dan Ferentz, who was a true blue Halloween fan and whose original script was apparently way better than either cut of Curse. And even all of those guys, as united as they were against the Weinsteins, couldn't agree on exactly what they wanted in this movie. So in short, Curse of Michael Myers had a ton of people trying to dictate the tone and content of the film, and that's why it wound up being such garbage. The producer's cut of the movie is the original cut, the one favored by Akkad and Freeman, and it's much more like the original Halloween movie than the theatrical cut. By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme. In the theatrical cut, a lot of that was replaced by grungy rock and guitar versions of the theme. Also, if you watch them back to back, you may notice that the color grading is different between the cuts. The theatrical version is warmer and has more contrast, while the producer's cut almost looks unfinished with a much cooler tint to it. In case you didn't know, color correction makes a huge difference in the look of a film, or even a YouTube video. In fact, this is what the kill count footage looks like when it's raw and untouched, before I apply any color correction to it. And of course, this is what it looks like after. Hell of a difference, right? One more minor change that makes a huge...
Oh, cool. Thank you, SES, for checking out D&D&D. I love it, too. I love being involved with it. James Gressel does amazing work with it, with Joel helping him. It's good stuff. I can't wait for Season 2 either. Are we going to do more Drunk Disney? Yes, we plan to. Yes, we do, in fact, plan to. Thanks, Nate. Well, thank you. Yeah, I can't tell you a time right now, but yeah, Skype should be fine.
Huge difference is the transition between scenes. While the producer's cut doesn't feature anything special, the much faster-paced theatrical cut has this shit going on. And it has them all over the place, even in scenes that don't call for something crazy like that. To me, it's an annoying attempt to make the film flashier, and it doesn't work at all. By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, the cuts diverge, never to reunite again. The only things they have in common are any shots with Loomis, since sadly, Dr. Pleasance passed away before the theatrical cut reshoots were done. That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn aren't really talking to each other, because they weren't. But besides that, the entire final 15 minutes of the film were completely changed, with the theatrical cut adding way more bloodshed and getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But enough of this lengthy overview. What I want to do with this series is actually go through the alternate cut, bit by bit, and point out all the differences I can, small and big. I may miss a few here and there, but I'll do my best, and afterward, I'll give a roundup of the differences and tell you which version of the movie I prefer. Sound good? Okay, let's get to the differences.
Huh.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Bloop.
Fuck me. Sorry, I just had a little conversation with the people at Crypt about my next guest after Eli. It's not booked 100% official yet, so I can't say, but it's someone who I requested and who's a classic horror movie actor, so hoping it turns out. What up, Drew? No, man, I ain't been listening to music lately. Basically, dude, honestly, before I started listening to music during editing streams, I wasn't really listening to much music at all. It was my way to, like, listen to music. So since I haven't been able to do those lately, haven't really listened to music at all.
To make the movie the way they wanted it, which was basically more gore and less Loomis. Since Chappelle was a very new and impressionable director, he ended up acquiescing to what they wanted. And after a test
Is it
screening of the
acquiescing?
original
I think
cut,
it's
performed
acquiescing.
poorly with the most.
Do 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 do. Nope, I hear Chelsea's phone going off. I think it's just an alarm. Please don't request anything. Just don't.
Chappelle-
Please don't. Please. Jamie, please. Jamie, please. You're right, Tyler Harris. About Venture Brothers. It's so fucking... Have I not watched this? No, I did watch this past episode. It's so fucking good this season, dude. It's so fucking good. I did go to the OG house.
And less Loomis. Since Chappelle was a very new and impressionable director, he ended up acquiescing to what they wanted. And after a test screen, impressionable director, he ended up. Since Chappelle was a very new and impressionable director, new and impressionable.
Yeah, I know that everywhere online says it's a chiropractor's office, but the sign when I was there said
Since
insurance.
Chappelle was a very new and impressionable director, he ended up.
It should be a museum. Any luck? You should email JP, I guess. Because this fucking sucks, dude.
Since Chappelle was a very new and impressionable director, he ended up acquiescing to what they wanted. And after a test screening of the original cut performed poorly with the mostly teenage audience, they went back and
Do 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 do. Oh, ba do boo boo do boo.
they wanted. And after a test.
Oops. Wow. Great. Glad I just scrubbed right to that part. Cool. Blum blum.
Back up from the gates!
Sam Hain. Fucking idiot.
Test screening of the original cut performed poorly with the mostly teenage audience. They went
Plum, 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 plum.
They went back and did a bunch of reshoots that resulted in the theatrical cut that was released to the public and which I covered on the kill count.
Boom. Ba-bum. Bump. Ba-bum. Nice, Christian. Ooh, I like it. Damn, dude. That's a fun joke. I almost want to steal that.
He's come back.
Man, I wish people wouldn't request Coco's.
They went back and did a bunch of reshoots that resulted in the theatrical cut.
Remember that time on Twitter where I was like, thanks for taking an interest in my series, but I don't really like requests. And then some guy got so fucking offended that he ended up making a Twitter account, multiple Twitter accounts, I think, with the sole purpose of harassing not only me, but also Chelsea and Practical Folks, my other channel. That guy had some problems going on, man. That is a very much loser behavior.
Theatrical cut that was released to the public and which I covered on the kill count. You can watch
Boom. Boom, boom.
teenage audience. They went back and did a bunch of reshoots that resulted in the theatrical cut that was released to the public and which I covered on the kill count. You can watch that kill count by clicking up here, and you should before you continue on with this video. A lot of people involved in the movie production didn't like what the Weinsteins wanted. They included producer Paul Freeman, who had produced Part 4, Mustafa Akkad, grandfather of the here, and you should before you continue on with this video. A lot of people involved in the movie production didn't like what the Weinsteins wanted. They include
Thanks, accidentally perfect.
included producer Paul
Do 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 do. That's like at the end of the yeah. There it is.
Waiting. And maybe.
wanted. They included producer Paul Freeman, who had produced
Takes a long time, Gabby. Where's this producer credit? Because next is director, right? Oh, wow. He had his credit after the screenwriters. That's interesting. Thanks, random things.
Paul Freeman, who had produced Part 4, Mustafa
Do 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 do. I feel like that's not uncommon, Christina. Oh no, I also haven't been paying too much attention to the chat. Because every time I look over, all I see are fucking requests.
Mustafa Akkad, the grandfather of the series, and
Fucking requests. Wish I could do a little rolled R. Requests. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I've met Leviathans, Nabbit. So don't give me any spoilers. The biggest one I've met is apparently the third largest aggressive predator Leviathan. The Reaper Leviathan. I feel like it's probably the first one people. Thanks, Jackson Buzek. I feel like it's probably the first Leviathan people run into, because it sucks because it pretty much ends the game when you run into him. He fucking just kills you right away. I've also seen... Oh, no. I've seen the second largest aggressive Leviathan, too. The Ghost Leviathan. I haven't gotten close enough for him to fuck with me, so... Those crab squids are the things of nightmares, man. They're so fucking gross. But they're not Leviathans.
the grandfather of the series, and the only person. Akkad, the grandfather of the series.
Mr. Sandman. Mr. Gorbachev. Tear down this wall. Oh man, remember Halloween 2? I know I said it was meh, but when you're on Halloween 6, Halloween 2 seems pretty great. Thanks, Monkey Mike. Thanks.
Series, and the only person involved.
I can't take sole credit for Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall, because when Chelsea and I were in Texas for RTX, which Crypt TV sent us to, that night in the hotel room we watched Halloween 2, and we which obviously has Mr. Sandman, and then just out of exhaustion and I don't know, maybe a room service beer or something, we just went nuts with the Mr. Sandman thing. And it was during that, I think she might have said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall, which is pretty great.
The grandfather of the series, and the only person involved with every single film of the franchise up to that point, and writer. The grandfather of the series. The father of the series, and the only involved with every single.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Sandman will be in the new movie. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Film of the franchise up.
Oh, have fun, Zachary. It's a great movie. Hi, Ash.
point, and writer Dan Weinstein's wanted. They included producer Paul Freeman, who had produced Part 4, Mustafa Akkad, grandfather of the series and the only person involved with every single film of the
Blah.
4, Mustafa Akkad, grandfather of the series, and the only person involved with every single film of the franchise up to that point.
I did indeed, Joey Patrick.
Up to that point, and writer up to that point, and writer Dan Ferentz.
How many movies do I have, dude? I probably have close to 300 movies on Blu-ray. Maybe 250, but there's a lot.
At that point, and writer Dan Ferentz, who was a true blue.
Plum 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 plum. Plum 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 plum. Squee-boppy dooby, a Scooby-Doo-bop. Squee-doppy dooby, dooby, scoo-doppy. And squee-bop dooby dooby, Scooby-doppy, squee-bop. I never bother counting mine because, like, I probably get a couple every week.
Say your prayers tonight.
I can write them all off as a tax write-off, so that's why I have so many.
Point, and writer Dan Ferentz, who was a true blue Halloween fan and whose original script was a whose original script was apparently way better than either cut of Curse. And even all of those guys, as united as they were against the Weinsteins, couldn't agree on exactly what they wanted in this movie. So in short, Curse of Michael Myers had a ton of people trying to dictate the tone and content of the film, and that's why it wound up being such garbage. The producers cut of the movie.
You know what, man? Okay, honestly, listen. This is a fucking problem. I'm gonna play Subnautica. I'm too obsessed with that game, and this must be like what an alcoholic feels like when they go for a drink. Like they know that they shouldn't, but they do it anyway. I have to get this video done, but I just want to play Subnautica, man. I just want to play Subnautica. No, Christine, I don't think I'm going to. That would be the responsible thing to do. That was what I set out to do tonight. I was like, I'm going to edit this video, and when I'm done, I'll play Subnautica. Okay, Lindsay. Okay, Lindsay. I'll take your compromise. What if I do one more minute of video and then play? I'll do that, Lindsay. Thanks. And yeah, I'll stream it. I don't know if I should start a new stream or if I should just continue it. If I continue it, then you're just going to have a ton of people coming in being like, this isn't editing. But if I start a new stream, it's going to just bring a whole fucking ton of people. And also, it's a Subnautica... Like, it's not a horror game. So, I don't know. So, no video tomorrow? There was never going to be a video tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. You just got a video today. Fuck.
Back in Haddonfield, Danny's...
Okay, we're at 5:30. We're at 5 minutes and 30 seconds, so let's cover up to 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Back in Haddonfield, Danny Strode is still seeing images of the man in...
Or what if I just finish covering this intro? That's work, right? That's a fair amount of work. That's from 1:35 to 3:35. That's 2 minutes. Okay, I'll just finish covering the intro then.
Who was a true blue Halloween fan and whose original script was apparently way better than either cut of Curse. And even all of those guys, as united as they were against the Weinsteins, couldn't agree on exactly what they wanted in this movie. So in short, Curse of Michael Myers had a ton of people trying to dictate the tone and content of the film, and that's why it wound up being such garbage. The producer's cut of the movie is the original cut, the one...
What sucks is, like, I just don't know with this format what I should be doing. I might be on screen a lot more. There's, like, a whole bunch of info
It's time for another.
to give. So it might just be a lot of me, like, on screen explaining shit. Hopefully that's okay. Thanks, Anthony Hernandez. I had a friend in high school named Anthony Hernandez. He was cool. Subnautica is pretty horrifying. Should I make a new stream when I do it? What's scarier, the deep ocean or space? They both are, dude. There's not even a competition. They're partners in how fucking scary they are. Mr. Parker, get me Spider-Man.
The producer's cut of the movie is the original cut, the one favored by Akkad and Freeman, and it's much more like the original Halloween. Freeman.
Thanks, Jackson. Hey, Halloween fans, big time Halloween fans. Is this lady the lady who got killed in the beginning? Thank you, Bree. How wrong you are, but thank you. Is this lady? Then why? Why is she? She was killed in the beginning. So what's going on? Why? How? What? What does that mean? Thanks, just a kid. No, I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights tomorrow. But it's not a lack of budget for more extras. She's featured. She walks into frame and they focus on her. She could have been this dude back here if that was the case. What the?
This ritual. By these runes,
Oh, this is so dumb, and he's wearing that fucking shirt. Oh, I love how both cuts of this movie fucking suck.
Akkad and Freeman, and it's much more like the original Halloween movie than the theatrical cut.
Thanks, Jackson.
And it's much more like the original Halloween movie than the theatrical.
Oh.
By that I mean there's much less gore to the.
Whoops.
The producer's cut of the movie is the original cut, the one favored by Akkad and Freeman, and it.
This is not much more like the original Halloween. I had a different scene in mind when I said that. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, there it is.
Must be somewhere.
Hi, Liz.
And it's much more like the original Halloween movie than the Halloween movie. Than the theatrical cut. By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and way more by Akkad and Freeman, and it's much more like the original Halloween movie than the theatrical cut. By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme. In the theatrical cut, a lot of
Fuck. Snap.
cut. By that I mean there's much less. By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and By that I mean there's much. By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and way more kills and way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme in the theatrical.
Glad to see you.
Down.
Shit, Beth, why do we have to do one? Let's read that.
How many cards do I have to count?
You don't understand, do you?
Why you? He's always staring out his window. Last night I caught him watching me. That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
Good one. I thought you get it because it's not even. It's not between 1 and 10. It's past 10. Oh shit.
By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and way more use. And way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme in the theatrical cut. A lot of that was replaced by grungy rock and guitar versions of the theme. Also,
Bling, 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 bling.
Your Haddonfield.
Guy who lives across the hall from you? Why, you interested? Yeah, right. He's always staring out his window. Last night I caught him watching me. That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
and way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme in the theatrical.
That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
Oops.
And way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme. Less gore to the kills and way more use of
Why is she blowing her nose there? Why is that? Why make that decision for your character?
way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme.
That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13. That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
In the theatrical cut, a lot of that was replaced by grungy rock and guitar versions of the theme.
That must be Tommy.
Replaced by grungy rock.
I'm watching me. That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
Also,
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Do that. And then where's the yellow graphic? That goes there. Okay. And then we use this. Copy and paste those attributes onto that.
than the theatrical cut. By that I mean there's much less gore to the kills and way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme.
That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
In the theatrical cut, a lot of that was replaced by grungy rock.
That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
Also, if you watch in the theatrical cut, a lot of that was replaced by grungy rock.
That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
Also, if you watch them back to back, you may notice that the color grading is different between the cuts. The theatrical version is
Bling, 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 bloom. Bloom, bloom.
warmer.
That must be Tommy. He's a 13. That must be Tommy. He's 13 years old.
Living room.
That must be Tommy.
Yo, check it out.
He was born in 1913.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
Bloom. That must be Tommy. He's gonna make a movie called The Room one day.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
Ooh, I actually like that better for the music comparison, I think.
That must be
Let's see. Let's see. Let's make more work for myself and undo stuff I just did.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
I can't find my term paper.
That must be Tommy. On a weirdness scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13.
In the theatrical cut, a lot.
That must be Tommy. On a
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
I can't find my term paper.
A grungy rock.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
I can't find my term paper.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay. Just because that grunge rock is more grunge rocky.
Carpenter's Halloween theme.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
And way more use of Carpenter's Halloween theme.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
I can't find my term paper.
In the theatrical cut, a lot of that was replaced by grungy rock.
Tonight's gonna be killer.
Kara, I swear, one of these days you're gonna get lost in that thing.
I can't find my term paper.
Also, if you watch them back to back, you may notice that the color grading is different between the cuts.
Just copy someone else's. I do it all the time.
I do it all the time. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah, yeah. Do it all the time, 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 to time, time, to time, to time, time. Do it all the time.
Also, if you watch them back to back, you may notice that the color grading is different between the cuts. The theatrical version is warmer and has more contrast, while the producer's cut contrast.
I hope you know that this will go down on your permanent record. But don't get so distressed. Did I happen to mention that I'm impressed? Yvette Flores is a really good one. Might be my favorite.
Find my term paper.
Also, if you watch them back to back, you may notice that the color grading is different between the cuts. The theatrical version is warmer and has more contrast, while the producer's cut almost looks unfinished with a much cooler tint to it. In case you didn't know, color correction makes a huge difference in the look of a film, or even a YouTube video. In fact, this is what the kill count footage looks like when it's raw and untouched, before I apply any color correction to it. And of course, this is what it looks like after. Hell of a difference, right? One more minor change that makes a huge difference is the transition between
Thanks, Tinkerer. Thank you for answering questions that I can't about what this video is. Thank you very much. Oh, Yeah, Liz, that's exactly what I have. It's perfect green screen tint.
One more minor change that makes a huge difference is the
Oh, those things are so fucking stupid. Thanks to Press Fur. Dude, like I like Mountain. I like the taste of Mountain Dew, man. I know it's not good for me, but I like the taste of that. Boop doop 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 doop. I take one for my head, and two for my hand, three. I forgot what A was for, but nine.
One more minor change that makes a huge difference is the transition between scenes. While the producer's cut doesn't feature While the producer's cut doesn't feature anything special, the much faster-paced theatrical cut has this shit going on.
Yeah, Liz, I didn't get to watch it. I only saw like the part at the end where they're like, say something good about your opponent. That was the part that everyone was sharing online. Bling, bling, bloom, bloom. I think there's one of those crazy things when they're like, we gotta get out of here with the baby, right?
Lock it up, you can burn it.
Bit tall.
Let's see.
The handsome man.
It's closer.
Yeah, this.
Blood coming. Blood is coming. Blood is coming. Blood is coming. Blood is coming.
Use as many hotkeys as you can. Accidentally perfect.
While the producer's cut doesn't feature any special, the much faster-paced theatrical cut has this shit going on.
Blood is coming.
And it shit between scenes, while the
Bye, Christian. Bye, Christian.
Blood is coming. We've got to move now. Come on.
Oh man, they cut short that shot probably because they didn't want as much thorn shit in there.
Come on.
between scenes, while the producer's cut doesn't feature anything special, the much
Thanks, Anna M. from Anna. Oh, thank you, Michael, as well, then. Thanks, both of you. Oops.
change that makes a huge difference is the transition between scenes. While the producer's cut doesn't feature anything special, the much faster-paced theatrical cut has this shit going on.
Blood is coming.
And it has them all over the place, even in scenes that don't call for something crazy like that. To me,
mother's touch.
It's an
He's coming.
and it has them all over the place.
Daddy's coming.
And it has them all over the place, even in scenes that don't call for something crazy like that.
All it takes is a mother's touch.
To me, it's an annoying attempt to make the film flashier, and it doesn't work at all. By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, by far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, the cuts diverge, never to reunite again. The only things they have in common are any shots with Loomis, since sadly, Dr. Pleasance passed away before the theatrical cut reshoots were done. That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Since sadly, Dr. Pleasance passed away before Loomis, since sadly, Loomis. Since sadly, Dr. Pleasance.
Favorite game, Subnautica.
By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, the cuts...
Blum, 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 blum. Where's Kara? Oh, it's Kara. I thought it was Kara. Whoops. I've been told so many times that us Michiganders say A's too much with an A sound that now I always doubt myself when a word has an A sound. I'm like, that's just me being a Michigander, and it's probably supposed to be more of an A sound. Kara. Who's Beto? He's the dude running for office.
By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted...
Fire? Fire? Did we have this argument already? Because I don't see how you could possibly say fire a different way. Oh, yeah, aren't you like fire? Or some stupid shit like that? Fire. 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 Fire.
By far the biggest difference...
What? How can you say fire differently? Fire. How do you say fire? Room. What? Fire, what? What's wrong with saying fire? What? I'm saying it like that. I'm saying fire. This is what you say, fire? What? What do you say, fur? Is that how you say it? Oh, go get the camp fur? That's what you sound like, I imagine. That sounds dumb to me.
By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, the cuts diverge.
Fire. Fire. Azaid Dominguez, thank you. Oh, you got me. Shit, you said boo. You fucking got me, dude.
Where's Kara?
Where's Kara? What is a super hat? I imagine it's pretty much like what the Pope has, right? I just want to play Subnautica.
At all. By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, the cuts diverge, never to reunite again. The cuts diverge, never to reunite again. The only things they have in common are by far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the By far the biggest difference between the cuts, though, is the ending. After Kara gets abducted by the Cult of the Thorn, the cuts diverge, never to reunite again. The only things they have in common are any shots with Loomis, since sadly, Dr. Pleasance passed.
No, call me James instead of Dead Meat. Dead Meat's the channel. It ain't my name. It ain't my name. That ain't my name. I don't know, man.
The only things they have in common are any shots with Loomis, since sadly, Dr. Pleasance.
Don't go anywhere.
Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
They worried, Sam. I was afraid you wouldn't make it.
That's not my name. That's not my name. Night freedom. Freedom of the night. Thank you.
Could be destroyed.
Wait here.
Oh, cool, Sue Lucas. I went to University of Michigan in Ann Arbor.
Time has come. Go to your fate. The time has come for you to know the truth. Time has come.
The only things they have in The only things they have in common are The only things they have in The only things they have in common The only things they have in common are any shots with Loomis, since The only things they have in common
Oh, cool, Jordan.
The only things they have in common are The only things they have in common The only things they have in common are any shots with Loomis, since sadly, common are any shots with Loomis. Are any shots with Loomis, since Loomis.
Bye, Zachary Ray. Fuck me. Okay. Where am I?
Sadly, Dr. Pleasance passed away before the theatrical cut reshoots were done. That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn.
What year did they switch? It takes place over a long period of time, especially because there's a difference between how the states voted in presidential elections and who they elected for like senator and stuff, because a lot of Democratic senators were like Dixiecrats, which were like more conservative Democrat senators, and they were from the South, and so they held on to office into the 90s, I think. No, not really. The modern day Republican Party, I don't think resembles what it was like when Lincoln was president at all. I don't think that's hard to argue. But the parties were super different back then in general, too.
That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn aren't really.
Because you were the first one to see it. You reckon?
Really talking to each other, because they weren't. But besides that, the entire were done. That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn aren't really. Loomis and Dr. Wynn.
See, Poping Pooper?
That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn aren't really talking to each other, because they weren't. But that's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn aren't really talking to each other, because they weren't. But besides. That's why sometimes it feels like Loomis and Dr. Wynn aren't really talking to each other, because they weren't. But besides that, the entire final 15 minutes of the film were completely changed, with the theatrical cut adding way more bloodshed and getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But enough of this. But besides that.
Blinking lights warning for anyone who doesn't like fast blinking lights. Don't look at the screen. Oh, why would they do that? God, this fucking movie.
Because they weren't. But besides that, the entire final 15 minutes of the film were completely changed, with the theatrical cut adding way more bloodshed and getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But enough cult stuff. But bloodshed and getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But
oops.
Hours of ritual. Ere I lips to thorn. Oaks of darkness. By these runes transform
Michael Myers standing there off to the side is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
But besides that, the entire final 15 minutes of the film were completely changed, with the theatrical cut adding way more bloodshed and getting completely changed. With the theatrical.
Just like, oh, I'm here for the cult meeting. Back up from the gates.
With the theatrical cut adding way more bloodshed and getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But
Bum, 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 bum. Babyface Paul Rudd? You mean present day Paul Rudd?
really talking to each other, because they weren't. But besides that, the entire final 15 minutes of the film were completely changed, with the theatrical cut adding way more bloodshed and getting rid of most of the cult stuff. But enough of this lengthy overview. What
Okay, cool. I finished covering the intro. Mom, can I play Subnautica now? Fuck me, this is a fucking thing. Okay, I'm gonna play Subnautica. I'm gonna start a new stream. Mods, are you prepared for that? I just don't want people popping in here being like, this isn't editing. Making a new thumbnail. Because now I can open Photoshop without OBS freezing. Isn't that fucking cool? Fucking Reapers. Fucking Reaper Leviathans. They suck. Boom. 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 They just want to give you hugs. Yeah, and fucking kill you. Great. Okay. See, I'm going to restart because I want to have my computer have all the resources possible. Oh yeah, now that I have a new format, my desktop's all clean, and I actually got a desktop wallpaper, so that's fun. Oh yeah, just deleting the 200 gigs out of my recycling bin. No worries about that. Okay, let's see. Blum, 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 blums. Can I just edit it right here, though? Well, no. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay? I'll be back. See you in a second. Let's see. Here, I'll do this ahead of time, though. What's that? What's going on there? Where's that? That's over there? Because Subnautica's cool. I can just sit here and play it. So let's see. Oh, I think I stretched my image accidentally. What's on the lower left in Subnautica? When you're playing, what's like on the screen in the lower left? Oh, my health. That's right. What's on the lower right? Nothing? So maybe for that, I should be over there. Let me make a, boop. Now I'm over here. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So this will be my editing one. And this is my Subnautica one. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. All right. I guess this is what I'm going to do. Okay, yeah. I'll be back momentarily with a new stream. Great.